Welcome to Game Boomers Live. Dave has decided to bow out because he has no interest in Paradox, but we do because we like Vampire. So we are here to see the Paradox Insider, which is a half-hour stream that happened during the PC gaming show. I don't know why they played both at the same time. Maybe they're competing for viewers or some shit.
Who knows? So no Dave, fuck off.
No Dave. No Dave, unfortunately. Naomi looking cute?
Nope.
Naomi's a cutie patootie.
Nope.
You're a cutie patootie. Cutie patootie booty booty.
Why?
So, we're gonna do... Is your mic on, Naomi?
Yes, it's on. This time it's actually on. It's on!
Yes, it is. Okay.
I double checked because I fucked up last time.
So, we are going to do E3 2020.
Yeah.
Game Boomers Live, watching Paradox, whatever.
I'm not excited. Let's go.
Let's go. Be quiet, She. We have to do this now. She.
Look at the baby. Oh, hey. There's a game I know.
What was that? Sea Skylines, Crusader Kings, Borderlands 2. Yeah, okay. Not Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2.
My mic isn't on. Shit.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Hello, and thanks for joining us for the first ever Paradox Insider. My name is Paula, and I'm the event manager at Paradox. And joining me here is my good friend Sean, who is not a vampire, but the brand manager for World of Darkness.
Brand manager.
And I don't know about you, Sean, but I think it is wonderful to be here for
I don't know.
our part in this grand celebration of games.
Absolutely, it's fantastic to be in a room
Oh my
with people
God.
again.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Obviously,
I'm sorry.
We'd love
Hold
to
on.
be.
Dave! Dave, shut the fuck up! Oh my God, he's like so loud. You guys probably can't hear him, but Jesus Christ.
It's
In
fine.
all
We
the
just
many,
won't
many rooms around the
actually be
world that
able
we're
to hear
normally
anything
in
that's
with our
happening.
players in Los Angeles, in Cologne,
Yeah.
having the conversations that we love to have. But unfortunately, we
I wish
can't.
the singing was
so
good.
We've got the next best thing. We're
So
coming straight to your
mean.
living room.
Yeah, and it also feels great that we're able to do something proactive about this and actually, reach the world outside, show them what we've been working on this spring and so on.
Did that happen,
Absolutely.
Scarlett Suzuka?
I mean, we've
Like
all been
directly?
working from home at Paradox,
Yeah.
but our studios haven't let that stop them. They've been working from their living rooms, from their bedrooms,
I didn't
from
see
their
that.
bathrooms.
Link it to me on Discord.
It's going to be a non-stop
You just said
gaming
they were
fest
working
today.
from their bathrooms.
We're going to hear
Yeah, I
from
think
the
so.
teams
Why would you
behind
work from
Crusader
your
Kings
bathroom?
3,
We got a social distance,
Empire
right?
of Sin, Prison Architect, Surviving the Aftermath. We'll have a special message from
Wait,
Hearts of
there's
Iron
gonna be
4.
an
And of
island
course, the
update
one
for
game
Prison
that I am
Architect?
100% unbiased towards, despite the blood bonds, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. All right, let's not waste any more time, Paula. Why don't you kick it off with the
Did they
team
titanium?
behind Crusader Kings
Link that
3.
shit to me. I don't know any of this.
They probably did. Well,
Yeah.
they said you mentioned that they didn't like you guys.
It's because we had the second
Time
most
to
popular
get
stream
this
on the
show
internet and they didn't like
started.
ours.
Yeah.
It's time to dive into the treacherous world of Crusader Kings 3 with a fresh look at live gameplay from our newest grand strategy game.
She's
Please give a
holding on
warm
for dear
welcome,
life.
which we'll happily accept over the internet
I
too.
think she knows what to do with
Game
her
designer
hands.
Alexander Ultner and community
What do you do with your
developer
hands on a
Rod
table?
Delrue.
You know?
Hi, Paula. Thanks for having us.
Hi, welcome.
Thanks, Scarlett. I do want to see it.
So you just dropped some major news for Crusader Kings.
Mm-hmm.
The game will be released on September 1st,
Yes.
which is literally around the corner, and pre-orders are live right now.
Mm-hmm.
Rod, how has the reception in the community been so far?
It's been so good.
should.
People are really appreciating the dev diaries that we're putting forward. We have fans that have loved seeing the new religious system that we have, and also the lifestyle system that adds, just that little extra layer of RPG. So it's been pretty good. We're super happy.
His teeth don't look
Good.
real.
And Alex, how is the mood in the dev team
They're
right
definitely
now?
saving Vampire for last.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic. The team has been working really, really hard. And of course, it's both frightening and exciting to get feedback from our fans like this.
The screen on the front of the
We
desk is
love
like
the
really
game,
bad.
and we love all the feedback we're getting, and we're counting down the
Crusader
hours to September 1st.
It's like a well-known series
Wonderful.
that I don't play.
Rod, Tell
is
us
it,
a little bit
like a sim
about what
game?
you have prepared for us
I'm
today.
not
Yeah,
exactly sure,
absolutely. So
frankly.
we're going to
Alright, Chad,
start
tell me
with one of the
about
most interesting
Crusader
starting
Kings.
position in CK3, which is going to be in Spain. Essentially, what we want to showcase here is
You've
the
been working your
various
team into
decisions that
Undub.
are open to you
Yeah.
even before you press play and start playing. It's like taking a look at
Grand
the various
strategy.
challenges that you are
it's
facing
like so
before you start the game.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Well, let's dive in, shall
Yeah,
we?
sure.
All right. The
Yes,
year
this
is
game.
1066, and we are located in northern Spain. Of course, it's not Spain yet, and it won't be for another 400 years, unless we expedite the process. Northern Spain is divided into a
it
number
puts you
of
in like a
Catholic
historically accurate
kingdoms that
starting.
stand against
You
the
can do whatever you
powerful
want.
Moorish realms of the south. In northwestern Iberia, we have 3 kingdoms ruled by 3 brothers. We have Galicia, we have Castile, and us in Leon. One new feature in Crusader Kings 3 is the Issues widget at the top. And if we click it, we can see that we are in line to inherit both Galicia and Castile.
And see, this is what makes this starting position super interesting. We are playing as Leon, and the only thing that is standing between us and the throne of Galicia is our Castilian brother, and we need to
Thanks
attack
for the
him
subs,
first
Tank Potato.
before
Welcome back, man.
rushing for Galicia.
You've been gone for a while.
If we look at the map, we can see that Galicia is the one that is most open to Moorish attacks. Castile and Leon both have southern mountains that provide a very defensible advantage. If we compare army sizes, we can clearly see that Castile has the biggest army, while we have a middling army, and the young king of Galicia has the smallest army. None of us really have an edge over the other, but we might be able to find an ally to support us.
And in Crusader Kings,
I'm
this
interested.
might mean
Yeah.
marriage, right?
Probably
You can also
really
get
bad
Paola.
at it,
Marriage
but
You
is
can get
super
Crusader
key in
Crusader
Crusader
Kings
Kings
too.
If you don't
See
have
if
a
you like it.
marriage, you don't have any allies. And I think we should take a look at the various Iberian countries that we have around us, and I think an Aragon princess would do just fine.
Spain should have
Indeed,
stayed like
this
that.
Aragonese princess will get us their armies on our
we are
side.
related, and there's a risk of our children
Next,
being
let's
inbred.
take a look
I
at
love
our
it.
king. So all characters in CK3 have 5 different skills. And we can see here that King Alfonso is very good at intrigue, which means that he can plot and scheme very effectively. And if we appoint a skilled spy master to support our schemes, and we get a spouse that enhances our intrigue, we can become even better. And to top it all off, we will pick a lifestyle that really accentuates this focus on scheming. We will pick the skullduggery focus.
Skullduggery.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, guys.
absolutely.
Love
And
that
it's
word.
key here to lean into intrigue. And why
Little
is that?
fingers.
Because, like Alex was mentioning, we have evenly matched forces against Castile. So we should really lean into
like how they're
that
actually
intrigue
showing
and
off
start a
gameplay for
murder
this one,
plot
though.
to get
Yeah,
rid of the problem.
unironically.
Okay.
They're actually
the
showing
plan is
gameplay.
to
At least
kill
there's
the
that.
brother here. Alex, are we moving forward with this?
Indeed.
Skullduggery is a great
we're
movie.
going to try and murder our brother. As you can see,
Yeah,
we
they
have a
did
50% chance of
Murder our
succeeding.
brother. Let's do it.
And if we are lucky, we can even find more agents in the court of our target that might be convinced by a slight bribe.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing with Crusader Kings, right? If you're trying to plot a murder against someone and you don't have enough power to
I make a
succeed,
dynasty
you
together
can
with my
bribe
force lover,
people,
though?
but
I
you
mean, I
also
hope
have
so.
a special perk in the intrigue lifestyle, which essentially allows you to find secret and dirt on people in your court and then force them to join your plot.
So many different options, but unfortunately we're running out of time here. But Alex, how do you think that this story will play out?
Despite this being boring,
Oh, there are so
this is
many
still better than the
unanswered
other
questions.
conferences we've seen.
Will our
Because
plot
it's
plot
gameplay and
against
it's
our
short.
Castilian brother succeed? Will
That's
we
all you
gain
need.
Galicia before Galicia manages to produce a legitimate heir? Will we be able to leverage the armies from Castile and Aragon to take over Galicia in time? Can we contain all of this familial treason before
Yeah,
we
no,
have to
this
fight
game is what I
external
mean.
enemies? There are millions of ways for this to play out.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
I'm gonna
we'll have to
slightly
wait
disagree
a
with you.
little
I
bit
think that
longer.
this demo
but
wasn't
thank
very
you so
short,
much for taking
but
us
there was
through
also a shit ton of
Thank
stuff
you.
to
of the
explain,
drama that
so...
you
Yeah,
can expect
yeah, fair
in
enough. But
Crusader
like,
Kings
basically
3.
every like 10 seconds or
Due to
so,
be
there was
released on
something
September
new.
1st
Yeah.
and
It
available
wasn't
for
just like,
pre-order
here's a
now.
cutscene. It's like,
Well, betrayal, assassination, treason, kind of feels like we're having a Paradox show already.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow.
It went down a dark path pretty
Don't work
fast.
at Paradox,
Good.
guys.
But I guess that the next game that we have lined up is not going to disappoint us either. I mean, building a crime empire in the 1920s Chicago is not something that you're going to get away with without bribing a few
Chicago.
cops, breaking a few alliances, maybe cutting some questionable deals on the black market. What do
No,
you think?
Shogoth, you're not allowed.
Underhanded tactics, politics, taking over the city. These are
Really,
all
Multi?
things that are very
Damn.
close to where my heart once was.
Next up is
Cool
Empire of
gameplay,
Sin.
Dev. Stop stealing from chat. Oh, it's really quiet. Like, I don't really have much to say.
And joining me here in the studio from the Empire of Sin team
Why isn't
are
she here now?
Ian O'Neill, lead combat designer, and Brenda Romero, game director for Empire of Sin.
There you go,
both from
powerful woman
Romero
CEO,
Games.
we're good.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Yo.
So, Brenda, tell me, what inspired you to make a game about 1920s gangsters?
You know, it's more like what couldn't have possibly inspired me. I mean, we've wanted to make this game for a long time. It's an incredibly rich space. It's 1920s Prohibition era Chicago. You have a lot of larger than life personalities like Al
Crusader Kings
Capone and
3
Frankie
so far.
Donovan and Goldie Garneau that are there at the time. And you know what's not to love? The stories, the personalities were made for a strategy game.
I don't
And
think she's trans.
as with many game designers, if you really want to play something and it's not there, then you make it.
Absolutely.
What have I learned in the past 10 minutes?
So
Crusader
why don't you
Kings
tell us
3,
how all of
and,
that
like,
figures into
actually
gameplay?
how to play
What do we
it,
have
sort
here?
of.
In Empire of Sin, you can play as one of 14 different bosses.
14.
And it's a great mix of factual and fictional bosses, each with their own
That one.
bonuses and special
Cool, man.
abilities. And today we're
This
going to
looks
play as one Mr. Dean O'Banion.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about Dean. What's his background? What kind of person is he?
Well, he grew up in Chicago, actually, in an area known as Little Hell. And in spite of that, or possibly because of it, Dean had strong ties to the church, which influenced many of the decisions he made, but clearly not all of them. Dean actually owned a flower shop, and from there, he ran his rackets.
Okay, very
Smart.
cool. Do all the bosses have their
Charging
own
arm and a leg
missions?
for flowers.
Indeed they do. Dean's just about to head off to meet with Father Higgins here, which will kick off his boss mission. Now, Dean's used to walking the streets of Chicago, but we can also take a look at things from the world map to get a good idea of what's going on. Here we see Dean having a bit of a holy sit-down with the good Father Higgins. Now, Father Higgins has received word that a brothel has opened up in a neighborhood nearby. And if there's one thing that Dean cannot abide, it's brothels.
Why? I love brothels.
There are several things Dean could
He's
pick
like a
to say
religious
here,
character.
but he does what he needs for the good of the church.
I wish there was my son, sadly.
You're a good lad, Dean. Father Higgins offers him $500 from the coffers. Now, you can choose what you want to choose, but me, I'm always going to pick the cash.
Yeah, me too.
And a good blessing for the soul certainly can't hurt.
We're on the same page,
Righto,
Ian.
but how will Dean handle this then?
Well, in Empire of Sin, diplomacy happens one of two ways. It's either going to happen by breath or by bullet.
Yeah, it doesn't
and
seem
either
like
we're
there's
going to
any
talk
voice
it out
acting in
and
it.
Yeah, they
these
could have
things are
voice
going to
acted
come to
that.
some kind of arrangement, or they're going to go south real quick. So Dean knows just the man for the job, and his name is George Moran, and he's a regular at one of Dean's establishments. You can see him there at the bar. So George is tight with the church too, but his morals are pretty loose. And here he's telling Dean that some guy is in from New York who he thinks has a pretty serious attitude problem. And George wants Dean to keep an eye on him, but Dean already knows a bit more. Now, the story ends up taking some surprising turns and getting pretty deep, but for now, Dean just wants to get the good father's deed done.
Okay, but doesn't
So
really
unless
sound
there's
like a
other things
one-man
to talk
job.
about
Is he
there,
going to
that
get any
looks
help?
like kind of grayed out.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking too. In Empire of Sin, there are 60 gangsters of varying skill levels that you can hire to join your crew. Me, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hire on Maria Rodriguez and Guido Cerrone.
They're
Now,
going
I've
over
fought
those
with these
real
guys
fast.
before,
Why
and
is
they're
there...
fantastic. Gangsters develop
Guess
a
they're just
loyalty
hiring
to
'em.
their boss the longer that they
Alright.
work together, and they also have an individual attribute called morale, which affects how they perform.
Was that Sterling? Go back.
We know that every boss in
Yeah,
the
I just
Empire of
watched
Sin has their own combat ability. What's Dean's speciality?
Oh, yes. Dean's combat ability is a ranged attack known as blasphemy. Now, there were many accounts of
Blasphemy?
Dean's brutal attacks during the Chicago newspaper wars, where O'Banion and his crew were known as sluggers. and would beat up the competition for rival newspapers.
Oh.
This often resulted in really close-range gunfights.
Oh, this is interesting.
This was where I drew.
Yeah,
the
this actually seems
inspiration
cool,
from.
guys.
I actually like
Using
this,
this
yeah.
move, Dean will fire a custom shotgun slug at the
I'm
target.
not sure if it would be a
and when
good
the
game to
slug hits
stream,
the target,
though. It looks
Yeah.
slow.
But I really wanted to add something extra, something that would give this ability a bang. That's when I decided that Dean's boss ability would be devastating to heavily armored foes. I wanted to shred their armor completely. And not just one target, but multiple targets. And as a final piece to the puzzle, the name.
Good pun.
An
Yeah, for
awful,
that.
brutal attack delivered by a foe that saw himself as a saint. Blasphemy
Had
was a
period
most fitting
names like
title.
Darky Joe or Herbert the
Man,
Jew.
it is a
Yeah.
perfect title and a great move. So here we can see that.
Yeah, but
Dean
see,
is
my
done, and
average
he did what he needed
non-E3
to
just
do, but there's a
playthroughs
whole
is
lot of
like
Chicago
50, so
beyond this.
Yeah.
Dean's going to set up
we
things here with
capped
Father
out at like
Higgins,
290,
but like I said,
295,
it isn't
297
over by
today.
a long shot, and
not
it's going
bad.
to take some surprising turns. And all of these stories, they're nothing compared to the stories that the player will tell on their way to the top of Chicago. That is mission complete.
I like how it's like just Chicago, because like Chicago is just the gangster den in the 1920s.
It was Chicago, New York that were the gangster dens,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
like,
Faulty Breaker,
so
exactly,
far,
yeah.
You know, speaking of family
Both
connections,
games they've shown
I've
off,
actually
I've
got a
actually been
contingent
interested
out
in.
your way in Council
Yeah, they need
Galway.
talking animations,
There's
though,
a
yeah.
Granny's pub
Yeah.
not far from you guys.
I guess that's as good as
Well,
it's gonna get
now
Paradox.
that we know about
So yeah,
it, I'd say
back on
it's not
violence.
for long. Do you have any idea what their security's like? We could use another racket.
I don't know how thick the walls are or how many cameras they've got, but give it a try and we'll see who gets who. Thanks for joining us, guys.
All right. Good with me to Mahagets.
Ian didn't really
No,
say
no,
anything,
folks.
did he? He just kind of sat there.
No,
And
he said
Empire of
stuff.
Sin will come to
I
both
didn't even
PC
He
and
was the one who was
console
talking
in
about I
autumn
always
of
pick
this
the
year,
cash. And I was like,
2020.
yes,
okay.
Ian, yes.
I'm standing here on the side, just wishing I could play Brenda Romero in the game.
I'm
Such a
absolutely
bad
certain
screen,
you can.
both of
She's
those
definitely
screens.
snuck
They're
herself
really
in there
bad.
somewhere.
Yeah, hopefully. She is the coolest. But
Yeah,
Sean,
so far
it
Paradox
seems like
isn't virtually
you
single
left out an
signal
important
yet.
piece
Yeah.
of your backstory that I haven't heard
At
before.
least one important piece.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But your family owns a pub in Ireland.
Yeah, definitely. So my distant family does have a pub in County Galway. But you know, I mean, every family has some skeletons in the closet. I'm sure your family is no different.
Oh, well, most likely, but I don't know.
Yeah, we've been
But
going
there's a
for
Italian bakery in
5
Stockholm,
hours
or
trying
whatever
to
that's
watch.
worth.
Yeah, I can see some dark stories there.
missed
We've
all
got
the E3.
cinnamon buns. We've got
Yeah.
Swedes. I think we've got some bribing Swedes with sweet cinnamon buns.
What do you think about this guy, though, who have been standing here staring us out the entire time?
You're just blinking as well.
Yeah, I know. Do you think we could
does keep
bribe
blinking. That's
him with
fucking
some
weird.
Yeah, it's
cinnamon
weird
buns?
blinks.
I
It's
think
like
this guy's more into whiskey and cinnamon bun-sized holes in his enemies. And from one game about managing organized crime to another about managing criminals, it's time for Prison Architect.
Cinnamon bun-sized holes in his enemies. What? Oh god.
Look at this.
Prison Architect. But
Oh
it's,
yeah, you like this game, eh?
yeah. But it's islands.
So it's Alcatraz then.
Yeah. Leave them dry. Boats and shit. Island prisons.
Wow, that is island bound. Let's check in with the
We
team.
should
And
stream for
first,
8 hours and
give a
46
polite
minutes.
Welcome, which
Why?
won't disturb your neighbors. To
Wait for the chat to get it.
Manager Stacey McElwain. Welcome.
What was that?
Hi, thank you.
God, it's a
You could
cash
tell she got her hair done for this.
Yes, right?
I still like it
Everyone
though.
in the studio
Yeah.
were just dancing along. But you have an expansion coming up, Island Bound, that will be the
One
first
person got
expansion
it,
in
at
Prison
least.
Architect history that will ship simultaneously on PC and console.
It will be.
Stacey, what can you tell us about this expansion?
And your career
Yeah,
yourself.
so Island Bound is
Yeah,
built
well,
from the
Faulty
ground
Breaker,
up
the game
in
already
order to
exists,
expand
so-
and enhance the core
Look at her
gameplay of Prison
nose,
Architect.
Stacey's nose.
This
Why
is
are
really
we looking
exciting
at her
because it means that
nose?
for
It's a
the
little bit
first
Jewish.
time you can actually build a real
suits her
island
face, though.
prison,
It doesn't, like-
completely
Oy
Her
vey.
independent
nose
of
is
the
slightly
roads.
too
You
big
no
for
longer
her
need to
face.
use
Stacey
the
is
road
one
if
of
you
the
don't want to.
chosen.
It also means that for the first time you
Dad
jokes.
can
Props.
oversee the world's most iconic island
Oh my
prison,
God.
Alcatraz.
Devin!
On the new Alcatraz map.
God.
And it means that you can reimagine your transportation and deliveries completely with new features like
You're
docks,
a terrible
helipads,
person, and I'm now
helicopters,
mad at
boats,
you.
and ferries. And of course, we have a cool new Elite Ops and a new air fire unit that can be called in during an emergency.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
A lot of stuff.
Her mom has it going on.
So let's check in with the team at Double
They both got
11.
Jew
Joining
noses.
us here is
Yeah, but her
Gas
nose is
Rice,
slightly
Game
too
Design
big for her
Manager,
face.
and Natalie
Ever
Wicks,
so
Product
slightly.
Design Manager. Welcome.
Look at the blue hair.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi.
God.
So Gas, it generally sounds like there's a lot of things in this expansion.
So Dev. Dev, when can I dye my hair blue?
I think they're the
There
same
is,
person,
and
just gender
All of
filtered.
the content that's coming with Island Bound will integrate seamlessly with Prison Architect's existing mechanics. So it adds a lot more variety and depth to the game. And even if you don't want to build an island prison every single time, all the new features, the docks, helipads, helicopters, boats, ferries, new emergency services, new security features, they'll all work with your existing saves as well as new prisons that you might build on the land.
Yeah, but
And also, we
you would have
a
no
free
use for any
update
of
that's
this
launching
unless you
on the same
had
day
like
with Island Bound. This update is called
yeah,
The
like
Rock,
just
and it
water access
introduces
on your current
dynamic
save.
prisoner reputations. So players will see prisoners gaining and losing reputations dynamically while spending time in their prison based on their actions,
Excuse me,
their
but Natalie's triggered.
and where
White
they
male's
spend
talking
their
too
time.
much.
Cool. And always nice with free updates. Natalie, can you tell us a little bit about how the game has evolved during this past year?
Yeah, we've been very busy over the last year. So I think as of next week, we will have launched hundreds of community improvements to the game, and that's alongside the 3 expansions we've also released since then. So there was Psych Ward Warden's Edition, cleared for transfer, and now Island Bound. So all of these added new mechanics to the base game as well. So, for example, Psych Ward added insane inmates. Cleared for transfer added prison privileges and security transfers. And finally, Island Bound will let people create the prison island of their dreams.
We're so much looking forward to it. But if we look more into the future, what is next for Prison Architect? Natalie, can you tell us anything about the future?
But you are.
But I'm not.
No, like I can tell you that we do have
you have a Jewish last name.
PC, but I'm afraid you will have to
I found the fucking 6-sided star in your jewelry set.
Yes, but
Which
you
I
have to
gave
keep
her.
your eyes open. But I can tell you that just like Island Bound, future expansions will be released on both PC and console.
Yes.
See, this one's not so interesting because, like, they're not showing off any gameplay.
There's so much to it, yeah.
Well, no, like, Prison Architect already exists. Like, if you don't know it,
Island
it's just
Bound and the free
Prison
update, The
Sim
Rock,
Builder.
will be available soon. So stay tuned.
Really, Murray? Oh, cool.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm curious. What kind of warden would you be?
Ooh, good question. I would probably build a beautiful but highly insufficient and shitty prison, to be honest. What about you, Sean?
Well, I think what I would do is I'd look for a really big island, like a continent. And then I would put all the snakes, all the spiders on the continent, and probably an opera house.
I see where this is going. Okay. From one
Let's build
management game
Guantanamo.
where everyone wants to get out to
See,
a
I'm like a
management
warlord
game
with
where
my prisons.
everyone wants
So,
to get in.
yeah.
Here is
Start calling me
Surviving the
Gaz.
Aftermath.
Raz.
Okay, the thing is,
Mataz.
my last name's very Italian, but it's also a name that Jews used when they were trying to infiltrate Italian society like 400 years ago. So I could be Jewish. I don't know. It's possible.
Game director for Surviving the Aftermath.
Name last name's actually Jewish.
I notice a disturbing lack of vampires and werewolves in this game, so you're going to have to explain it to somebody who hasn't yet picked it up.
Well, Surviving the Aftermath is a post-apocalyptic survival colony builder. It's quite a mouthful to say.
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway, the basic premise is that you need to build the perfect disaster-proof colony in a post-apocalyptic world. And in order to do so, you need to harvest and collect resources, you need to build your colony, you need to protect it from hostile environments or rival societies,
Sounds
and much
interesting.
more.
Okay, so it's a survival colony builder. I mean, that is a relatively
just
broad
repeating
genre.
what the chat
Lasse,
said.
Can you tell me how Surviving the
Stop scratching me
Aftermath stands out?
with those Jew nails.
Yeah. The game is more than a colony builder. It adds strategic layers of gameplay by opening up the outside world beyond.
Look at this green screen.
And the world map is actually one of the key features we have spent a lot of time creating.
Green.
And in the world map, players can send teams of
it's not even on.
specialists to gather resources and intelligence about the world around their colony. And there they can encounter also other societies, which can be friendly or not. But they will react to players' reputation and decisions throughout the game.
So one thing that I noticed since I saw you two together last is a little change of outfit here. Everyone will remember who's been following this game how you announced it in your fantastic hazmat suits. You've updated your wardrobe, and I know you've been updating the game as well. So what's changed since we
I literally
last
have never heard of this game. I don't even
know what it's about.
No.
Haven't even seen a single thing.
No.
7 major content updates, and each of
but
those
like they haven't even
updates
shown
has
it yet.
introduced new features, such as new trading system with other societies, vehicles that make movement in the world map much more efficient, and we also reworked the tech tree completely and expanded it quite drastically. And one of the most recent features is a combat system, which includes a colony combat where you defend your colony.
Never mind, let's just talk through this whole thing. Fuck that shit.
I mean, I still log on once a month to Epic Games Store to get the free games, but I'll never give them a cent. I'll never give them a cent.
And maybe one more thing to mention is the
Like
criminality
the Pirate Bay
system,
exclusive.
which concerns all colonists in the game.
Okay, Stefan, but what about Steam players? When will they be able to get Surviving the Aftermath?
We will be bringing
the game called Ash
to Steam Early Access in October. Don't forget to wishlist it.
October.
And
okay.
ever since we released the game last year, we have been receiving tons of good feedback from players, and we're hoping to develop the game with the feedback that we can get from the Steam community as well.
Why is there still
And in fact, with the feedback that we have received, we felt that we need to add more updates to the roadmap so we can put all that content into the game that we know that the players want and that the community deserves.
So with all of these updates that have come along, obviously viewers are wondering what's next. Lastly, can you give us a
I want to see gameplay.
Of course. Update
I'm disappointed by this one. It's just talking. How long have they been talking for?
Will be available on June 18th to all Surviving the Aftermath players. And in this update, we focus on pollution, which further deepens this aspect of the game by adding different pollution strengths and an area of effect around the pollution.
It's like a coconut. Like, what the fuck?
And
okay, that is
catastrophes
cool.
that makes
the pollution
levels rise. And I might say that this is our biggest update yet for the game.
Fantastic. For new players like myself, where can I get started with Surviving the Aftermath?
Well, as I mentioned before, you can wishlist it on Steam now, and where it will be out in Early Access on October 22nd this year.
I don't buy things in Early Access.
And you can also get it on Epic Games Store.
I generally don't either.
Xbox
Sometimes
Game
I do, but not
Preview
usually.
already. And our plan is to have the game leave Early Access in early 2021.
Stop picking the fucking couch.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for joining us, Lasse. Thank you for joining us, Stefan.
Thank you.
That was Surviving the Aftermath.
They didn't even show the game.
It was a very smooth Surviving the Aftermath stream. No catastrophes, nothing leaked, no radiation and so on like we're used to seeing the usual gameplay streams.
Fair call.
I'm sorry, Marie.
But let's move on from
like
one game
really
about surviving
I'll just throw
apocalypse
Naomi at
to
them.
another about surviving your own immortality.
But first, we have something special for Paradox fans and strategy players everywhere. It's the 4th anniversary of Hearts of Iron 4. So we want to congratulate the team on going 4 on 4.
I definitely thought you said Ivory and realized I was
Here's a
wrong.
little something from
Hearts
the
of
game
Iron.
team and
That's a
game
game I've heard of.
director Don Lind.
Are they going to show gameplay this time?
Please, dear God.
Because they didn't show any gameplay.
Hi, my name is Dan, and I'm the game director for Hearts of Iron 4.
Wait,
I'm here
watch his
today
name is
because
just
this
gameplay.
Is the 4th anniversary for the game. So I want to say thank you for all our supporters and all the feedback and all the great mods you guys have been doing. The community is bigger than it's ever been.
Just
amazing
after this, there's
for that.
Vampire, and that's it.
And also, I want to tell you guys that it doesn't really stop here. We've got a lot more cool Hearts of Iron stuff coming up in the future.
Looks
so
like he got his
definitely
nose
look
broken
forward
when he
to
was
that.
young.
In 2016, Paradox released the ultimate grand strategy war game.
Yeah, exactly, Callum.
Over
Exactly.
the years, the game has expanded, and tools of history has evolved.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen, you are about to embark upon the Great Crusade.
Ah, yes.
You will
Timing
bring
that should have
about the
happened.
destruction of the German war machine.
I'm already not interested.
We were interested in that other alt.
Yeah, I know. Don't ask me to pinpoint what makes me interested and not interested because I don't know.
Because it's a strategy game?
Yeah, that one's a strategy.
The new world,
No, it wasn't. It was
with
a
all its
first person.
power and might, steps forth to the rescue and the liberation of
Failure
the
for
old.
surviving the aftermath. Thank you, Lucy.
Kaiser returns? It's not gonna... None of this makes any sense.
And let us all beseech the blessing of
Deb, you
Almighty
should
God
like just
upon
open
this
up the
great
link so I
and
can
noble
watch it later.
undertaking.
So I won't be able to access it after this.
You can just search it, man.
But,
Altering history since 2016.
Hmm.
Ooh.
And a big congratulations to Hearts of Iron 4 on 4 years.
Doesn't make sense,
All right,
generally.
family, we've got quite the treat for you today. We recently showed you the wholesome and rhythmic way in which Kindred celebrate the holidays on our Xbox Series X showcase, but what you saw was only most of the trailer. What we have for you today is what we're calling the Prince's Cut, with a very special guest appearance, so I suggest you stick around.
Here we go.
We're also going to
Finally.
find out what you get when you pre-order the Bloodlines 2 Collector's Edition.
It's the same music. Just updated. Yeah, it's in Seattle. Seattle map poster. Cool. Yeah, they got the same guy to do the music as the first game. It was an excellent soundtrack, the first game.
Yeah, they're showing you all the stuff you get if you.
I already pirated that.
So loud.
Oh, look, it's...
Sanctioned blood pack.
Oh, it's showing like the... Okay, those are the characters from the original game.
Yeah. I don't even know who that is yet.
He's a new character.
But do I want a statue of her or no?
Seattle, where's the Bruges
And
chat?
joining me here in the studio today is
I buy
Nick
regular
Ali,
usually.
lead producer at Paradox Interactive.
Hello. Raquel.
And Rachel Leica, lead creative designer at Hardsuit Labs.
Raquel!
Hello.
Now, these guys have all the gruesome details, but let's start with, what is your favorite part of the Collector's Edition, Nikki?
That would be the Elif statue, and that's
course.
because she's my favorite character. But also, since I lived in Seattle for 6 months, it's really good to have a map I've kept as a memento.
And it's quite a faithful recreation of Seattle, as I understand it.
Exactly. Cartoonified.
Very, very cool. And Rachel, what's your favorite part of the Collector's Edition?
I'm a big fan of that 7-inch vinyl of the original soundtrack. It's a really stunning physical
I hate
copy
mohawks.
of
I can live
of
with like
the
most
really,
hair.
really amazing soundtrack.
He
Made
still looks
partially
cute.
by
Not
Rick
with the
Shaper,
septum
composer
piercing.
from the original game.
Favorite
So
clan,
I'm pretty
Naomi? What's
excited
your
to throw
clan?
that on my turntable.
I don't think you'll be the only one. Any Bloodlines fan have that.
I'm playing
thing
a
stuck in their
Toreador,
head.
but I'm not
We've
sure
teased
about
it enough. It's time to find out
I do
which
like-
kindred
I do like the
survived
premiere.
those
But
Los
also the
Angeles
idea of the
nights and the
Nosferatu.
long, long road to Seattle.
Yeah. Here we go. Finally, we're going to see it.
Okay, I'm ready. Yeah?
We saw this already.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, during the Xbox Series X conference, we saw it. No, we saw this. You danced the same way. We saw this already.
I don't remember this at all. Oh god, that was a freaky face. Also, they did mention it was a different cut.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, holy
Let's show them how we do.
Ooh.
Everyone grab a limb.
Yeah, see, I don't think they're continuing the Bloodlines 1 story.
Probably.
They're just using the name,
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
I guess.
Yeah, they're telling a different story and it's still good. No. He's jump now. I want them to keep the super stupid dances, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a Toreador.
Yeah. Also, they shouldn't be biting people openly.
Unless it's like a vampire-owned club, like everything that happens in theirs in the Masquerade.
Yeah, but like the people that are there aren't entirely in the Masquerade. If you can fight them.
They might be. Maybe just all the humans are gonna be bitten by the end of the night, so they don't care.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay, interesting so far, more or less.
No playable Samiz, no buy.
Yeah, I did notice that. I'm not entirely sure if I like the combat in this so far. Looks floaty.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't playable Samiz in the last game.
There wasn't what?
Playable Samiz in the last game. They're only a boss.
No. Yeah.
It wasn't one of the, of the 13 clans. I think half of them were playable in the last game.
Move and the back of your head's gonna be so full of phosphorus, it'll be a war crime.
Oh, she's back.
Yeah. Shit, man, I guess you moved to Seattle.
I guess. I don't know why they brought her back and not anyone else.
Damsel is back for
Cool.
Bloodlines
Okay.
2.
Yeah, Damsel's
We're so
back.
excited to be able to announce this, that she has returned for our game. She has spent her time in California since the first game, establishing the Anarch Free State there, and now she's on her way to the Pacific Northwest to spread that good Anarch word.
Ugh, Bruja and Anarch. I can almost feel the rebel's blood rising. Where's the Justicar when you need one? But okay, clan critique aside, one of the great things about Damsel that old fans loved was the voice actress.
Yeah, that was Courtney Taylor, and she's reprising her role as Damsel, which is super exciting.
Okay, good to hear I won't be
God, I
forced
always
to
get mad when you
fleshcraft
bring back
anybody's
characters
voice
and don't
box
have the
into
same voice
anybody
actors.
else. But is there anything else that you guys would like to share with the viewers about Bloodlines 2? Rachel?
Also,
Well, we're just really excited for people to start playing the game and kind of find out what kind of monster you're going to become. You can make all kinds of choices in this game. You can do all kinds of things. You can
But can you
glide
be a Nazi?
across rooftops. You can use your powers of vampiric persuasion to get what you want out of people.
I didn't like her in the original either.
You could even dance your way into certain people's hearts if that is what you would like to do. There are many ways to be a vampire in this game. Of course, the right answer is to be a Bruja, because we have cool jackets and are pros at rabble-rousing.
Okay, there you have it. The one defining feature of Bruja
She
is
said
their 80s fashion sense.
Is she a Bruja?
And thanks for
A
joining
lot
us
of
via link,
people who
Rachel,
work
and
on
thanks
the
for
game
coming
view
into the
themselves as
studio,
vampires.
Nikki. That
It's fucking
was
weird, dude.
Rachel Laika and Nikat Ali from the Bloodlines 2 team.
They didn't ask her who she wanted to be.
They didn't ask her fucking anything. Racist.
Seriously.
Racist.
That trailer really creeps me out. It gets me
Racist.
every time. Oof.
Yeah, the Bruja and the
can't believe
Anarchs are
that
like the
Damsel is
far
in the
left
game.
factions in the game, so of course.
I'm just thinking cosplay potential for all the
Racist.
future events.
Definitely. You could also be thinking, well, the Anarch scum have revealed their position, and with the Archons moving swiftly towards Seattle, I think that's a wrap.
I think so too.
That's it?
We've experienced murders and betrayals in Crusader Kings 3.
We've met a boss
Only
in
new
Empire
thing
of
that
Sin.
they showed was the
Trapped
return of
convicts
Damsel.
on an island in Prison Architect.
Fuck
Balance
Paradox.
the needs of our survivors with the needs of the environment in surviving the aftermath.
Celebrated Hearts of Iron 4.
And
Why aren't
reconnected
they
with their
showing
fan
fucking
favorite
gameplay
and my
for
old
that? Is it
enemy
because they're
in
super
Vampire the
behind?
Masquerade.
Like,
I don't
if you
know,
guys are
maybe they're just
behind,
hiding
We
it.
hope that
tell
you
me.
enjoyed this insider look.
Like, at least Nintendo did that with
Stay
Metroid Prime
safe,
4. They're like, yeah,
stay
sorry, we're
sane.
behind. We were starting the game.
Wash
Sorry.
your hands and
It's
play
okay.
some games.
So we're
That's
honest.
all from Stockholm. Have a good night.
You guys have
Bye.
Stockholm Syndrome about this?
Bye. I'm irritated.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
I like the first two games we saw, and the idea of the third game that we didn't see any gameplay for was interesting. And then the Vampires trailer is disappointing.
I think you can play Malkavian again.
You can probably play all the ones that were already available in one, and if you can't, then that's stupid. They should probably add more, though. More clans. Like all the clans that actually exist in current gen.
They aren't showing gameplay because they're planning to do a bait and switch. Like a Last of Us 2 style bait and switch. There's only 4 playable clans? No fucking way.
Are you fucking serious? We're not buying it then.
I read something on this already. There's not 4... They're letting you play as Thin Bloods in this game when you couldn't do it before. Nosferatu are still a clan. Tremere is still a clan. So are Toreador and Ventru. That's...
So tired of the anarchist rebels. It's been done ever since I can remember. It's not edgy and cool anymore. Well, to be fair, 6 to make 4. Like, that was already in the first Vampire, which is how old?
5e is pro Thin Blood. Okay, hold on.
Spelled that wrong.
Oops. Malkavian, Toreador, Ventru.
They're only putting out a handful of clans to start, and they're going to add DLC and all the characters. That's fucking stupid. Why would you start out as a Thin Blood? That's not how that works.
There will only be 6 clans and Bloodlines too? Hold on. Oh my god, would you just shut up and let me fucking access the website? I don't care, I was born in 1934. Okay. Watch the trailer, fine. Pre-order,
in 5e it does? That sounds terrible. Fair, but it's still everywhere.
Clans. Clans!
Stop yelling.
Fine, I accept, I don't care. Thin Blood, Bruja, Tremere, Toreador, Ventru, Malkavian.
6.
You can't believe Nosferatu?
Why? They were able to make it work in the first game. You would think that they would be able to make it work in the second.
Or a Gangrel? Really? Is there really only 6?
That's stupid. Alright.
Wow, this is like terrible.
That sounds terrible, Mr. Paradox. Like that. Oof.
Oh my. Okay, hold on. Okay, so there's this, right? I saw this earlier. This is the wiki.
Yeah.
Okay, disciplines, fine. Let me just go to clans. I searched this earlier. Clans, okay.
One?
Yep. Nope,
2.
there's just 6 clans.
That's fucking stupid.
More clans will be added post-launch, free of charge, such as the Gangrel and Nosferatu.
I don't believe it. I think they might make it paid DLC.
Or they might do it because they're just not... Shut up. They might do it because they're just, like, not able to finish the fucking game on time.
I mean, maybe, but why put it out then? I hate it when
just
games
like,
do this.
Oh my god. Like, here. You had playable clans. Bruja, Gangrel, Malkavian, Nosferatu, Toreador, Tremere, Ventru.
Yeah. 7
clans, and all the others were like, in the game as NPCs.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't make sense storyline-wise for you to be able to play, like, Giovanni or something, right? Yeah. But they still had them as, like, a... They're gonna bait and switch you think, eh? The season pass. Oh god, Man, I'm not looking forward to this anymore.
No.
I still have it pre-ordered.
Why?
Because I got it for a really good price. Anyway, yeah.
I can guess the new releases are free once the DLC pack goes live with new content.
Yeah, maybe. Wow. I was never looking forward to it. It would get corrupted. I had like a feeling it was going to get corrupted.
Yeah.
All the games points to a giant disappointment. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
When they have like only half the clans and they're not showing off, like there's no Kadif, there's none of the, yeah.
Yeah.
I've already pre-ordered it.
Also, the fact that they're showing off like the same trailer again.
Again.
How long has it been since we've seen the last one?
Oh, it's been since the Xbox One Series X thing that we watched like 2 months ago or something, 3 months.
2 months.
Yeah. Okay, so they said the Prince's cut of the trailer. The trailer was the exact same. They just added an extra scene at the end of it where they showed Damsel.
That's dumb.
This is gonna be bad.
Yep. Yes,
wow.
It is.
This has been the worst E3 since that I can remember. You know, there hasn't really been a worse E3 than this. Holy fuck, dude.
I mean, to be fair.
Yeah, it's not a real E3. Okay, fair enough. Never pre-order. I pre-ordered because I got a really good price on it. Even though it's a new game, I got it for like 25% off or something. So fuck it. All right, so we're getting out of here. That was today's E3 coverage. Wait a minute. Yeah, we're getting out of here. Why are you doing that?
Because it's the sound I make when I'm disappointed in life.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
They should have stuck with the original plan of canceling E3. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe honestly, they probably should have. Like, it would have been disappointing, but like, I also wouldn't have minded. Also, you know what? It's all fucking pre-recorded. Put in closed captions. I'm actually really angry about this because, like, as someone who can't fucking hear very well because of just life decisions, this sucks. Especially for like the soft-spoken people, or you know, like audio mixing is just not good. Actually, you know what? I will say that the audio mixing for this one was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah. FF7 when. Oh, well, I'll talk about what we're doing next in the post show. But for now, that was Game Boomers Live signing off with E3 garbage. Oh, boy.